Hey, Steve Zook, welcome back to Polkzoo channel and the guitar ladder system. Hey, I want to continue here with giving you guys little glimpses of chord connection principles if you really want to take a quantum leap and wake up your musical ear, wake up your musical mind and really learn to hear music on a much deeper level and learn to hear, your own unique musical ideas in your subconscious mind and then find them on the guitar. I would really highly suggest you invest the $199 in the guitar ladder system. You can order it at study.Join. Seriously, it's thousands of dollars of information and a very innovative. I've spent as much time on the way I teach as much as the material I teach, so that you see the subconscious mind. But anyway, you can order at stevesguitars.com for samples, polkzoo@gmail.com. I think today, this has been rolling through my mind for a couple of days, is dominant, okay, dominant to major 13 flat 5. And what's nice there is you get a little contrary motion. You can see the bass comes down. Let me make sure you can see this. The bass comes down, okay, and the treble goes up. So some nice simple, and that's what's really cool about the guitar ladder system, folks, is that I introduced the 10 different systems of improvisation through multiple, 240 cycles plus the 40, 50 secret Horace Hatchet files. So once your subconscious mind begins to absorb one idea, then it's going to come across that idea in another cycle that then takes it further with another idea, another approach to improvisation. And I also teach you how to break the rules, which is huge, okay? Like I said before, this is one of the most difficult things I've ever had to explain as a guitar ladder system, because improvisation goes way beyond rules and regulations, and if you're just left brain and thinking of formulas and thinking of this, you're never going to be that musical. You got to forget all that shit and just play. Like Miles Davis said, learn as much as you can about music, then forget all the shit and just play. But I take it even one step further, which is you can learn music in a way that's not defined, that doesn't put it into a little box, and you'll learn much, much quicker that way, because it just bogs you down. Like I've said before, I've had people, seriously, I don't make this shit up, I've had people with master's degrees in music call me and say, Steve, I can't improvise or compose, and I want to learn to improvise and compose. And I think too much, and so we have a great conversation. They end up getting this system, and they're just doing great now. They're improvising and composing, and it's really cool. But anyway, so here we have this dominant 9 chord. Okay, this is a root, flat 7, 9, 11, or you can add 3. Root, flat 7, 9, 3. If you add the top string, then you get the 13. Okay, you can do the Ted Green voicing where you get that top note on the side of your first finger, and you get you get that root, flat 7, 9, 11, 13. That can resolve nicely to here, so like that. But anyway, that was the idea for today, was dominant 9, major 13, flat 5, okay? Dominant 9, major 13, flat 5. You could also go dominant 9 to major 7, like that. See, it's by learning. It's like I used to study with Joe Pass when I was around 21, 22. I'm 64 now. And he used to say that when he thinks of one chord or even plays one chord on the guitar, he just starts hearing multiple places that one chord can go. He starts hearing sentences of chords. He starts hearing sounds of tension and resolution of where chords can go. It's exciting, folks. That's why the guitar ladder system works, because all my studies are really, really musical. Even cycle 1, which I know I keep going back to cycle 1, but it's a great cycle, There's so much you can do with cycle 1. Okay, and then you add the shady with the major 7 flat 5. When you find something that works, milk it. Do it in different places. Okay, and that's why with this idea for today, the dominant 9, don't just do it in one place, do it So that's a simple idea, but see, if you get, like with the 240 studies in the guitar ladder system, which I don't give you all at once, it would be overwhelming and you wouldn't absorb it. And my system cooperates with the science of neuroplasticity, by the way, which is the science of how to teach the subconscious mind and how to teach the mind so that it opens new neural pathways quicker and deeper, and you get more results quicker and deeper and more meaningful, and really can take a quantum leap. Our brain is so sophisticated, folks. It's an amazingly powerful tool. But if you approach it in too complex of a manner, it kind of shuts down and doesn't allow its magic to do the thing. And that's one of the reasons the guitar ladder system works, is because we approach your subconscious mind in a way where it just can easily absorb the information and then start piecing it. It's almost like if you were to remember as a kid, you get a puzzle out, and the puzzle has a picture on the top of the box, whether it be a mountain scene or whatever, and you're finding little pieces of the puzzle and putting them together. It's kind of like the same thing, we're putting the puzzle together of musical consciousness so that your subconscious mind can just take a quantum leap. And people that have been with the guitar ladder system for a while are finding out they're writing music like I do in a variety of styles, and it's just anything can bubble up. So dominant 9 to major 13 flat 5. Then I could go minor 7, inversion minor 7, inversion dominant 7 sharp 5. Like I said, you'll learn if you start working in the guitar ladder system, you'll start to just be able to play one chord, and you'll start hearing multiple places it can go. It's really a fun process. But anyway, that was the idea for today. Now you can add, like I said, you can add the first finger like this to get that 13. Maybe come up the first string and then go you do the Ched Green voicing. That goes nice to a bi chord. And see, you can hear that contrary motion. It just sounds musical, right? You can hear that, right? So that's what's so important about the guitar ladder system, is it's so musical. Whether you're working with 4 chord, like improvisation becomes easy, it becomes playful, and I've had this happen to me and several of my students who've been in the guitar ladder system for a while, where you'll be playing something and you'll absolutely just run into a standard. I mean, you'll actually just kind of fall into playing a standard because you've heard the melody before, and all of a sudden you're doing something that sounds similar, and you actually start playing the standard without even having a chart in front of you. Not saying that charts aren't good, but it's a pretty interesting process. But anyway, that's a little trick for today. And like I said, obviously the chord connection principles in my guitar ladder system are much longer, but there's all these little kind of nuggets of wisdom and musicality that are so important to learn. And so today was dominant 9 to major 13 flat 5, or you can pick up the 13 on the top like this. So I got the 13 on the top. Okay. You can do the Ted Green voicing. But if every day you just, if every day you do a new you learn a new way to put chords together. But with the guitar ladder system, it's really better you spend a lot of time on each study. I don't like people rushing through stuff, but when people first start, then sometimes I'll send a few studies. But just remember, you need to email me once in a while for another study. And once you get a study going, see what you can add to it. See what you can change. Even if you just change one note a half step, or just take a cycle somewhere else, and don't judge how great it sounds, because then you send your subconscious mind, it's like you're spanking yourself. Don't spank yourself. Like, reward yourself for experimenting, even if it doesn't sound great. So I'm talking, the guitar ladder system is a whole new way of learning music. It's an innovative approach that really is powerful. I'm not kidding, folks. I've had supernatural results with students that really blew my mind and blew their mind. People that are playing way beyond a level they should be able to play after only playing for a certain amount of time, or people that were advanced players or intermediate players that all of a sudden are starting to write really good compositions. This really is powerful. It really works. So anyway, that was the idea for today. Dominant 9 to major 13 flat 5. Now you could take that dominant 9 and kind of like, come up the second string like that. Just very bring that third up, 11, diminish. There's no end to what you can do, and the more you experiment with the moving the voices of chords and learning how to put chords together in a musical fashion, the quicker your musical growth is going to be. But again, don't focus. This is according to the science of neuroplasticity. I know I talk kind of fast. That's a hard word to say fast, right? Neuroplasticity. According to the science of neuroplasticity, you do better when you're not results oriented. You just stay in the here and now, do the work, and just have a positive attitude. It's just so fun because when you start working the guitar ladder system, I had a guy email me the other day. And he's like, "Well, I'm doing cycle 1, but all of a sudden I wanted to go somewhere else." And I was like, "No, I gotta stay." I'm like, "Do it. You go with the change." I mean, when you hear something, when you're doing one of my studies, and you're hearing it want to go somewhere, then go somewhere with it. In fact, cycle 100 starts like this, which is very similar to cycle 1. But then it goes in a bunch of different other places, and so it wakes up your musical ear. You're not gonna. I keep coming up with ideas because I'm really trying to get people to understand the guitar ladder system. And once you understand it, you're going to want to order it. You're going to want to go to steves@guitars.com, hit the PayPal switch, feel great when you're doing it because you know you're going to move ahead musically. You know you're going to move further down the line on the guitar, and you're going to end up being a much better player and composer than you will without it. It's thousands of dollars of information for $199. It's an absolute steal. I hate putting it that way. That sounds kind of cheesy, right? But it's really true. Because it takes, I've got 35, 40 years into this material. But anyway, I'm going to wrap this up. This guitar is available, by the way. It's really, really sounds musical. I'm going to miss it. It's a J6. It's got the Buzz Fenton tuning system, so it's better intonation. It's got some minor little cracks around the input jack, which is no big deal. It's got a little bit of, unevenness here by the first fret. A little bit of kind of a lacquer thing, but it's a really, really beautiful guitar. Kind of looks like just a small little crack on the first fret just below the binding. Small little, nothing that I'm really too worried about, I wouldn't even mind keeping this guitar. It sounds so good. But if anybody wants it, I'll do $575. But it's one of the more musical ones I've had. Really a nice guitar. But anyway, so that was the idea for today. So dominant 9 to major 13 flat 5, or you can go dominant 9 to major 7 like that, or that major 7. There's no end to where you can go, and so I don't want to just keep taking off here, but that was the main idea for today. So dominant 9 to major 7 flat 5, or if you want to make it 13, like that. Kind of like the sound of coming down the major 13 flat 5 with a minor pentatonic, minor 7, inversion minor 7, inversion dominant, the other major 13 flat 5. For samples of the guitar ladder, Polkzoo@gmail.com. If you just want to take a quantum leap, go to steves@guitars.com. Order the system. You're going to love it. All right, folks, take care. Keep the positive faith. Ciao.